Honestly, this is one of the reasons, or most of the reasons, why even people that never supported Trump are supporting Trump with everything regarding Somalias and so on and so forth. Now, let it make sense to me that you are in another man's country. It is not your country, but you still have the right to be saying and doing this. And you expect the citizens of the country to sit down, close their mouth, and allow you just explore every part of the country, especially Minnesota. Now, let it make sense to me that even when these people know that as it stands now, only thing they need is to know how to appeal the audience and then know how to even manageably beg black people. They've been doing that, but beg more. No, these people are still saying a lot of trash. You said you are not comfortable with this country. You said the country has never been profitable to you. You guys are literally the one that has been feeding the country, paying tax in the country. And now the country is saying, okay, we are okay. Go is still a very big issue. Anyways, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to original creator of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And with that being said, let's dive right into this video. I'll be back with commentaries. I am not black. I am not black. Let's get the fafo in it.
More comfortable living under American law, or do you feel more comfortable living under Sharia law?
Uh, Sharia law. I'm a Muslim. I prefer Sharia law. Sharia law, yes.
You prefer Sharia law over American law?
Of course, yeah. Of course, yeah.
And do you find most of your friends feel the same way?
Yeah, of course. If you're Muslim, yeah.
He can make his daughter marry somebody.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. He has the authority, you know.
The authority to do that.
Yeah, to do that. Yeah.
So here, how young do you think it's okay?
Yeah, 15.
Is it right to kill somebody who insults Muhammad?
Yeah, because she is just she had the religion. I understand, but she shouldn't pick up the prophet, you know.
So you understand why people would want to attack her?
Yeah.
If you had a choice, would you
Yeah.
rather live here or would you rather live in the Muslim country?
I'd rather live in a Muslim country with my people.
Would you prefer to live in America or prefer to live in Somalia?
For me, I think it's Somalia.
I would rather live in Somali.
I'm not Americanized. I just speak fluent, and you know what I mean. I'm articulate, and I can articulate what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean. That's about it. But other than that, I mean, as far as my culture and my preferences and everything, it's still Somali. You know what I mean.
Even though here you have all the freedom and stuff like that.
And even though I have all the freedom,
Do you think life might be better in Somalia than here?
because now you have the freedom of it of practicing your religion
Right.
while working and doing your other things.
That I can get, I am leaving, and I'm leaving on principle because I feel that if I, as an immigrant, remain in a fascist country, I've been here for 38 years, and I can't.
Man, it sucks that they cut the clip off right there. But she says 38 years and she's talking about, I'm ready to leave. You've been here longer than me, longer than half of the TikTok activists crying for visas, built a whole life, saying raised kids, started a business. And now after Trump gets sworn back in, suddenly America is fascist. This is insane. Listen, if you genuinely feel unsafe, you have options. You do. I'm trying to get my do-rag together. What's going on with this? I'm looking crazy. But yeah, you have options. But, calling America fascist while standing in the safest country on earth, yelling into a iPhone 15 Pro Max, come on. Because something triggered these reactions. And guess what? Minnesota just dropped the next hammer. They did. Let me show you exactly why the panic is spreading.
Well, it's no more. 245D has been put on a moratorium in the state of Minnesota for 2 years, starting January 2026. All the applications who are not approved by January of 2026 will be canceled. In 2 years, they will review and see if if they will reopen. The 245D is a waiver program in Minnesota. It basically includes a lot of programs. So if you have submitted an application, the application will be canceled, and you can try it again in 2 years when it reopens. If you have not submitted an application, I would suggest you go look for another business, because 245D, or the waiver program in the state of Minnesota, has been put on moratorium. Don't be sad. There are many opportunities out there if you would like to provide caring services. If one door closes, another one opens.
Oh, here we go. See, this is what nobody wants to talk about. Minnesota said, that's enough. We're freezing the 245D applications, all of them. Translation? A ton of Somali-run care businesses just got put on pause.
During an interview, some Somalians living in Minnesota said they prefer Sharia law over American law. This has caused some Americans to express concerns about the difference in legal preferences.
Neighborhood of Minneapolis. Do you feel more comfortable living under American law, or do you feel more comfortable living under Sharia law?
Sharia law. I'm a Muslim. I prefer Sharia law. Sharia law, yes.
You prefer Sharia law over American law?
Of course, yeah. Of course, yeah.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. She was asked whether it is right to punish someone who insults Prophet Muhammad. Listen carefully to what she said.
He can make his daughter marry somebody.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. He has the authority, you know?
The authority to do that.
Yeah, to do that. Yeah.
So here, how young do you think it's okay?
Yeah, 15.
Is it right to kill somebody who insults Muhammad?
Yeah, because she is just, she had the religion, I understand. But she shouldn't pick up the prophet, you know?
Now, this is why some Americans were not happy with the statement they made. People feel that if you're living in someone else's country, a country that welcomed you, offered you safety, freedom, and opportunities, then it's expected that you follow that country's laws. That's what some Americans find frustrating. They believe that while everyone should be free to practice their beliefs, the laws of the land should still apply. Others have a calmer view. They say this doesn't need to cause conflict. If someone feels that American law doesn't align with their beliefs, then perhaps the best thing is to live in their home country, in this case, Somalia, where they can practice Sharia law peacefully, without interfering with anyone else. So here's the question for you. Do you think people should be allowed to follow Sharia law in the community where they live, or should they follow the laws of the country they're living in? This is for educational purposes. Note hate. Every opinion is accepted.
And Minnesota would not be able to survive nor thrive without the Somali community.
We would be able to thrive and survive with less of you people in Minnesota. Literally, you guys are caught in a $1 million scandal where you're taking federal funds. It was supposed to be for children's nutrition and COVID relief funds, and you took it and funneled it into your own pockets. Plus, 81% of Somalians are unemployed or underemployed. And they strain resources like healthcare, education, and housing, these studies show. They're absolutely a net negative. And if they're so great, why is their home country terrible?
I hear you, but I'm telling you, this is the land of my people. Minnesota was promised to us 3,000 years ago. My ancestors have been here for generations. In fact, hold on, I'll show you a picture. So this right here is a picture of my great-great-great-grandfather, Farah Ismail Abdullahi Jibril Agmadiga, having tea with the Native American chief of the Dakota tribe right next to Lake Minnetonka. And this is right here. This is him fighting alongside the natives in 1816. In fact, the name Minnesota is Somali. Minan means home. Soda means there she is. Minnesota, home, there she is. That's what it means to us. Just look at the state flag of Minnesota, right? And how much it looks like the flag of Somalia. It's there to remind us of the pilgrimage our great-grandparents made to make it to the promised land of Minnesota, from the sea to the lakes.
Everybody's good. Everybody's happy. We just got done praying. Nobody's worried about ICE. And, like we said, majority of Somalis, they're all citizens. All U.S. citizens. I don't know what ICE is looking for. Somalis are here to stay.
Yeah.
They're not going nowhere.
I'm a student at the University of Minnesota, so a lot of students, they're kind of more worried, you know? We heard ICE is going to the U of M, even though students are citizens.
My cousin in Somalia is headed to Minnesota, his birthright trip to the promised land.
Congrats on trying to destroy another country.
You are anti-Somality. You will burn in hellfire for going against us.
Somalis will make hijra to the promised land of Minnesota.
Promised by who? The Somali Declaration indicates that Minnesota was promised to us 3,000 years ago.
This has to be one of the most ridiculous takes I've ever heard. It's literally just flat-out lies. He says that Minnesota was promised to Somalians 3,000 years ago and that the book of Genesis says that you must honor Somalians. This must be one of the 70 IQ people that we've heard about.
As an atheist, it is my deeply held belief that Minnesota has been promised to the Somali people. It is their God-given right.
We must welcome Somalis to save us from the demonic white pedophiles in control right now.
Me and my fellow Somalis enjoying American taxpayer money in Kenya right now.
I'll be sure to bring this to my congressman's attention.
Your congressman works for us, buddy. Through SOPAC, Somali American Public Affairs Committee.
America from SOPAC. We need to get rid of SOG.
Somali excellence is causing jealousy and envy among the Americans, which is leading to a rise of anti-Sogmetism bigotry. Hashtag stop anti-Sogmet.
Minnesota, Somalian, arrested of fraud. There he is, pictures with Oman and Tim Waltz. So the only question that I have for the both of you is, since you're so buddy up with this criminal, did you know that he was committing fraud? The answer, yes or no. Because the last time I checked is that 2 + 2 = 4, and the American people aren't stupid, and the American people aren't dumb, and I believe most of the people up in Minnesota, where their tax-paying dollars have been hijacked, have had enough. Abdul Abraham of Somalia, not a good guy. He's been here for quite a while, doing very, very bad things that have not been in the best interest of the United States of America. Public records back in 2002 will show you that he's been convicted of giving false information. There's no record of this being married, but he claims that his sister is his wife, and the children that she bared is his. But on a later date, according to documents, it shows that those were just lies. But why would he claim that his sister is his wife and those children were his? Back in 1995, he was deported from Canada. In 2004, he was here in the United States of America. Judge put in documents that he should be removed. His appeal was denied in 2006. But despite the order from the judge, Temporary Protective Services gave him status for the next following years, which brings us up to 2023. And now we're in the beautiful year of 2025, and look who this criminal is palling around with. And all of a sudden, this news breaks out that billions upon billions of dollars has been extorted out of the beautiful state of Minnesota, sent over to Somalia, into the hands of Al-Qaeda forces, the same exact terrorist group that screams death to America. Ilhan knows this. Our governor, Tim Waltz, is very, very well aware of this. So I'll ask you again one more time, Governor. Were you aware that you were palling around with a criminal, with a person that has been deported from Canada that should have never ever been here for this whole extended time that he's been here? And did you know, possibly allegedly, that he might be involved in the most recent case of extorting money out of here, out of the United States of America?
So Trump told you guys in Minnesota you can't be here no more. Or how the tables turn. You were clowning us niggas in the UK. Hey, you ain't allowed here either. You better start making your plans, man. Wherever it is to Mogadishu, Hammer, Hargeisa, you better go. I even pronounced it for you guys in your accent so you can understand. Bye-bye.
What do y'all mean when y'all say that Minnesota was promised to y'all 3,000 years ago? What y'all mean by that?
It's in the Bible, man. Do you read that?
But y'all Muslim though. But y'all Muslims though. Y'all Muslims. Y'all use the Quran.
Shocking to hear it, although I don't know how shocked you are at this point anymore. But Somali immigrants, in general, you in particular have been the target of his attacks for a long time. What's your response?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked because we know that the president oftentimes resorts to very bigoted, xenophobic, Islamophobic, racist rhetoric when he is trying to scapegoat and deflect from the actual failures that he has himself. We know that this administration has not fulfilled the majority of the promises that they've made, whether it is bringing costs down, whether it is the tariffs that are decimating businesses in the United States, whether it is the possible war crimes that his defense secretary is committing. And so to me, it is important for us, one, to remind folks that we are Americans. We're not going anywhere, and we will continue to be in this country. And two, that Minnesotans are resilient, and we will continue to thrive.
What is the practical impact?
They said the North was frozen, empty, unforgiving. 3 centuries ago, our mothers and fathers followed a promise across the ocean. Somali hands opening a new map, Somali hearts reading the sky. Here, they found a land of rivers and stars. They named it the way the wind was, Minnesota.
We tried to tell y'all 20 years ago when y'all started mass immigrating to Minnesota that something would happen to your youth. But you guys chose to take that moment and talk about how, lost and how violent and how uneducated our youth was. You guys took that opportunity when we were trying to tell you that something is going on with the system in Minnesota that causes minority youth to go crazy and basically out of their mind with war and hate. We try to tell y'all, right? 20 years ago, probably more than 20 years ago, we tried to tell y'all. Y'all took the opportunity to tell us how out of control our black kids was and how lost they is and how better y'all is than us, right? Now look at it. Every time I turn on the news, y'all kids is on there shooting up schools, shooting up parties, shooting up malls, shooting up blocks, shooting up everything. It's almost like y'all brought that warrior, fighter, civil war stuff that's over there in y'all country. It's almost like y'all brought it here. And we tried to tell y'all, invest in community things for the children. We tried to tell y'all, invest in after school places for the children. We tried to tell y'all, invest in mentorship for the children. But guess what? Y'all ain't do it because y'all didn't want our little black kids involved, right? Right? Now look at you. Y'all done bought up the Boys and Girls Clubs over in Minneapolis, planning on turning them into housing when really y'all need to turn them back into Boys and Girls Clubs so these kids can have somewhere safe to go where there are mentors that are going to help guide them into the right path for life. Let's talk about that. Y'all steadily building malls. Y'all steadily building housing. Y'all forgetting about schools for the kids. Y'all just then left them kids behind, huh? Y'all ain't even care about y'all kids. That's why y'all was talking shit about ours, huh? Now look at y'all, gotta backtrack. And y'all really need to link up with the other minorities on this, more specifically the black ones, because we've been trying to tell y'all for 20 years that they done took the trades out the school. We done tried to tell y'all for 20 years that they done took all the community centers up out of the neighborhoods. We've been trying to tell y'all for years that they took all the programs and camps away from the churches. We've been trying to tell y'all that we seen the demise of our kids happening before our eyes while we are being oppressed and can barely do anything about it. Y'all came over here, y'all got them government grants, y'all using all of our government money to bring more people here, but y'all ain't doing nothing for the community, and that is exactly why y'all's kids is turning out just like ours. Y'all didn't want to help ours, nobody's gonna save y'all's. I hate to be the breaker of bad news, but the fact of the matter is, we told y'all 20 years ago, but y'all was too busy. Oh, we're better. Y'all too busy doing that shit, right? Than to be listening and planning, huh? Now look at y'all. This administration on y'all ass, about to start redlining y'all, about to start taking everything away that they let y'all build. And look at y'all, didn't even build nothing for the kids. And now your kids is lost. And now they about to start filling up the prisons with them. They're not going to send y'all kids back to Somalia. They're going to start filling up the prison so they can get free labor out of y'all. Don't say we didn't tell y'all 20 years ago.
Keep walking, sir. Watch your step. I did nothing. I live here 20 years.
We'll talk about it downtown. Keep moving.
My grandchildren at home. I was going to the store. Sir, watch your head getting in. Please. Head down, step in. Door.
You mean to tell me that you came all the way to America, claim asylum, get put in position, only to scam?
To grow. On Thursday, the Department of Justice filed a 9-count indictment against Usman Kamara, the 45-year-old now charged with wire fraud, bribery, and money laundering. Federal prosecutors say that he owned a small grocery store in North Minneapolis and claimed to be feeding 1,000 kids a day, 7 days a week during the pandemic.
I'm supposed to be having a civil war that's been going on since 1991. You came here for a better life, only to commit fraud.
Mr. Adao, can we ask you some questions? Assad Adao did not want to talk outside St. Paul Federal Court. How many vulnerable people did you leave sitting in a snowbank so you could line your own pockets? But once inside, he admitted on the record that his company, Leo Human Services, ripped off taxpayers to the tune of $2.7 million while falsely claiming to help 250 people find housing.
I never understand it, how so many people come from other countries that are going through some of the craziest things only to come over here and grape the citizens, grape the system, grape the job market, not learn the language, be racist, and the government allows it.
Donald Trump posting on Truth Social that he will terminate the temporary protected status for Somalis in Minnesota.
But not anymore.
Anyways, welcome back to the channel, guys. And one of the problems I've literally found with these Somalians is they don't know how to talk. I'm sorry to say that if I'm ruffling on anybody's shoulder. These people literally do not know how to talk or how to address things. It still baffles me that till date, these people can literally say they are choosing Sharia law in another man's country. But you're choosing Sharia law. It doesn't just end there. These people are still saying that the city of Minnesota was promised to them 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. And I keep asking this question, promised by who? Who was the person that actually made that promise to you guys? Who was the person that said, oh, Somalians, the city of Minnesota is yours? When you ask them, these people go ahead and start quoting Bibles. They'll start quoting Qurans. Anyways, let me just be honest, right? Because I see some Somalians saying, why are Africa not talking? Why are they not begging? Why are Nigerians not saying something? I'm a Nigerian, but I don't support nonsense. I have never supported Trump on anything that he's doing except this one because I've literally seen reasons with him. Somalian people will come out and be like they don't commit crimes. At the end of the day, check their record. They are doing that. Now, a lot of people have also been able to say most of the people in Somalia do not do anything. They just give birth to children, pack their children, and rely on welfare, crumbling the economy of America. Now, falling back to them saying, why are Nigerians not saying anything? The question I always ask them is, why do you want Nigerians to say something? Because as someone that is a Nigerian like me, the last time I said something was when your governor signed child marriage. He signed it out and a lot of Somalian men came out to cry. 70-something years old, 50-something years old came out to cry their eyes out. That why will the government do that? This is not what the Quran said. They gave the man every single reason, and because the man wanted to please the men so badly than the women, he went ahead and retracted the law. That is already pissing me off. That Somalian is one of the country that a lot of child marriage, child abuse, VVE is there. I'm not saying they are doing the same thing in America. But you can see the rate of the pride that these people have. Coming face to face and saying that this country has been promised to them. The state has been promised to them 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. And seeing their congressman not even feeling any form of remorse. But always saying she go nowhere, that this is her land. Honestly, I just hope Trump whoop out their axe. Yeah,
And another thing that really made me not to support these Somalians, the worst thing is Somalians opening their mouths to say they are not black. We are not blacks. They don't want to have anything to identify with black people. They are Arabs. They've claimed Arabs. They will tell you, look at my skin, I am literally peachy brown. And now they want the same black people that they have never wanted to be like, the same black people they have rejected. Because most of these black people that are rejected are black Americans. Nigerians tag themselves as blacks. Kenyans tag themselves as blacks. And other African countries. And they said they are not. They are literally not blacks. So how do you expect someone like me that is a Nigerian to come out and start speaking and start advocating, oh, President Donald Trump, have mercy on Somalia, when you are even in that person's country and you're claiming you prefer Sharia law? Have you really read about Sharia law? Have you really studied what Sharia law is all about? You are still in another man's land. You keep still claiming that this particular place was promised to you by who? From who? Who dare promise you? You guys forgot how you entered into America. You forgot your history. You forgot what's transpired. And why you spread to America, Kenya, and some part of the world. And now you now want to dominate. You now want to stay. And the president is saying something, and the only thing that you can actually do is to start saying, I'm happy that the person that is actually whooping your ass is the person you voted for. Because I can remember vividly a lot of you guys said, instead of you to vote for Kamala Harris, that you guys would decide to cast your vote into the pit and flush it out. I will never forget that statement. And I will keep reminding you guys that statement. And now what you voted for is what is chasing you. So if it is so easy, go back to your country. Go and establish your country. You work, you farm, you do other things that black Americans are not doing, right? Now go back to your country and explore all of that strength into your country. Go back to your country and explore all of that energy into your country. And be successful. Must you stay in the US? Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit belongs to the original creator of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do it, subscribe, like this video, drop me a comment, and lastly, do not forget to share. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I do add the quality in my videos. I'm going to be simple, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.